To take us further, to get wisdom on entrepreneurship, invited an artist and a writer in the name of OMOJUWA. He's going to have a pep talk for 10 minutes. Please listen, get your materials right, and please give him a round of applause. Thank you.
I'm not an artist, by the way. I'm just an author and a writer. It's a pleasure to be here. Is anyone here who doesn't have a writing material? You don't have a writing material? Please, can you stand up? Just stand, please. So everybody's writing. If you're here, you don't have a writing material, this should be the last time you come into a room like this without something to write in. Except you're using your phone to write. When people, hello, most times university students think that after university then their life will start. But I'm here to break the news to you. Your life has already started. And I'm going to make the point. First of all, there are people that you're seated with right now that are going to affect your life in the future in a way you never imagined. In fact, those people could actually be the ones about to finish with 2-2, or they're probably in their first or second extra year. So it's not even a reflection of what results they are getting at the moment. I'm saying that to say that whilst your academics are extremely important, you can't first of all afford not to get out of school with the best results you can get out with. So if you're in pursuit of first class, please do not relent. Keep pushing, keep going for it. If based on your numbers, maybe you're already in your third year and you look like you're going to finish with a 2-1, do your best to smash that 2-1. In fact, if you can't do a first class, then make sure you do first class semesters, right? When the maths is calculated, you still won't get your first class, but it shows that you got better as the years went along, right? If from your calculations, because I assume they are like final year, penultimate year students here, if from your calculations, there's nothing you can do, you will finish with a 2-2. That's also fine. Just do something. Let whoever sees your transcript see that something switched towards the end of your time in school. By the way, if you're here, 100 level, 200 level, it is still very much in your hands. So I need to make this point, that finish school with the best possible results you can finish with. This point is extremely important because I'm now going to say something else and I don't want you to be confused about it. Finish school with the best possible results you can finish with. Now that that has been said, let me make it clear to you that that does not guarantee success after school. It just puts you in a better position. It allows you to get into some rooms. There are certain things you may not pay attention to that you have to start paying attention to whilst you're here. Number one, any event where they are bringing people who have gone out of school, whether University of Abuja or some other school, people who have graduated and have gone to succeed, when they are bringing them, go and write, except you have an exam or except you're reading for an exam or you have a test or other such things. Go into those rooms. They say experience is the best teacher, but efficiency says that you don't have to make the same mistakes people already made. Experience is the best teacher, but sometimes you don't have to go. If you're walking, you're walking behind someone, and that person falls into a ditch. Do you have to go and fall into that ditch to experience it, to know that it's a wrong place to pass? Do you have to fall into that ditch? You've seen someone fall into a ditch, so you already know that that's not a path to take. In secondary school, the next closest ones are the ones that I made in uni. People will make new friends, of course, but the deepest relationships are the ones that knew you before you were that thing that you have become. Because there's a little bit of trust. There's more trust that this person is my friend, not because I have become a rich person or a famous person, but because they saw me when I was soaking Gary in school. So that trust is a bit higher. So invest in relationships whilst you're here. It cannot just be about, look, the university is not a place just for academics, it's a place for life. I was coming into school, I was trying to find this space. I Googled it, I couldn't find it. Not the school, this particular space. And I thought if I was a university student here, I would build an app to locate everywhere in this school. So when you call it Uni Abuja location or Uni Abuja go. So when I put, sorry, what's Management and Sciences Hall on that app, it takes you there. If you build an app like that, the university has no choice but to partner with you. The next thing I'm also going to say is that this is the best time to be a human being. This is the best time to be alive, because in those years, like 30 years ago, 20 years ago, you were limited by your boundaries, right? You were limited by being a Nigerian, you were limited by being in a village or being in a city. Now, it's a boundless world. If you can do something here in this room right now, extraordinary, and you put that thing on the internet, somebody anywhere in the world needs that thing. They're not going to ask you whether you graduated university. They're not going to ask you. In fact, I have never done anything where anybody asked me for my degree. I taught in a university in Germany. Till today, they still have not called me to say, "Sir, we forgot to ask you for your degree." Whatever you think you can do, you must keep doing it and do it well. You must be the best at it, to the point that you are not doing it to be at the level of best in Abuja or best in the University of Abuja. You're doing it to be amongst the best in the world. Because what then happens is that you get into rooms that you never imagined you get into. You will sit with presidents you never imagined you could sit with. My next commitment after this meeting is a board meeting where the former president of Croatia is also on the board, where the wife of Senator McCain, who is now an ambassador herself, Cindy McCain, is also on the board. I got into that room without meeting any of them before. They just read about the things that I wrote. In fact, the video that got me into that organization was a video in 2013 where I was talking to teenagers in Abuja. Teenagers. Do you know how difficult it is to talk to teenagers where you're having to explain yourself? Do you understand? But they still found that video worthy. And they invited me over to Canada. 2001. About 7 years later, they invited me in 2004. 2021, they made me a board member. I make that point to say that this is the best time to be great at anything. Anything you're great at, just hone it, keep doing it, learn it. Your academics are important. Don't get it twisted. That's primary whilst you're here. But please, don't think that that is the end of it. So if you're interested in tech, and you should be interested in tech one way or another, by the way, being interested in tech doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a coder. You can be a good writer, you can be very good with emotional intelligence, you can be very good in marketing communications. Tech is not just tech, it's not just being able to code. If you're interested in programming, look, sometimes go on Google and ask, what are the jobs of the future? And by the way, if you're in a course that sounds like nobody is interested in what you are doing, I'm closing with this. Let's say you are doing crop protection, which actually sounds like you are wasting your life, right? But I'll tell you for free, that means nothing. I have met people that did courses that are like, you did that in school for real? Dele Momodu did Yoruba in school. How many of you know Dele Momodu? He did Yoruba in school. Rufai on Arise, he did crop something in school. Be excellent at what you're good at. Keep building, keep developing it. Find a way to build a business out of it. If you can't build a business out of it, at least it will earn you a great job, and then you can take it from there. I wish you guys all the best.